this drive and like a couple more drives on my PC. Right now, all the files I need from my channel and my company are just spread across literally any possible drives I can find because I'm constantly running low on space. Hence why today I'm doing something about it. Yes, in this giant box we have the UGREEN DXP4800 Plus 4-bay NAS to finally do something about my abhorrent storage situation. So thank you guys so much for sending this over. Like, I actually desperately needed this. And given how I've literally never set up a NAS in my life, it's a good opportunity to see exactly how foolproof it is and how easy it is to actually set up. Okay, we open one box to get another box right here, but of course it's what's on the inside that matters. So once I get through all of these layers of all of this stuff, we get to the main attraction. And here it is, the star of the show with its 4 hard drive bays. If we look at the front, we have our main power on button, and we also have some options for some data ingest here, including SD card, USB 3.2, and also a USB Type-C port. Though keep in mind that that is only 10 gigabits. Now you'd think that for ingest that's kind of slow, but you have to keep in mind that this is a hard drive NAS, right? We're still running SATA and all, so the 10 gigabit on the USB Type-C there is not going to be the bottleneck. Then moving things around to the back, we have the rest of the I/O, including HDMI, which can do up to 4K, another USB 3.2 port, 2 good old-fashioned Gen 2 ports, and then also 2 RJ45 ports, one of which can do up to 10 gig, while the other 2.5 gig. Now, one important thing to note is that it doesn't have any of your regular PC expansion, i.e., you know, your regular cards, like say a networking card or maybe a graphics card if you needed one for whatever reason. What it does have when it comes to PCIe is 2 M.2 slots right here, which you can use for, you know, caching and whatnot, and then some space for additional RAM here. It does come with 8 by default on the single sodium stick, but that can go all the way up to 64 if you really needed it. The final thing you get are these UGREEN branded keys to actually open up the drive base, which we're about to finally do. I know in this video about a NAS we are quite a ways in without actually, well, putting in any drives. So to end my storage famine, they have sent over 4 of these 4TB WD Red Plus drives. Now that I think about it, have I ever actually used Western Digital before? I don't think I have. I've always been more of a Seagate boy myself. Okay, and the first drive is now going in. And I know that for people who do this kind of stuff a lot, deal with servers and whatnot, you know, 4 drives like this probably isn't a lot. But to me, it kind of feels like being a kid on Christmas again. I have never actually got to play around with so many drives at once. Is this what it feels like to actually be excited about stuff again? Okay, last drive going in, locked in, and boom, we are ready to go. So now let's see how easy or difficult the rest of the process will be for, again, someone who's never done this before. So please be kind to me in the comments. Okay, there it is, the app is downloaded. I did have to switch my phone over to the same core network that this will be on because we're using like an additional Wi-Fi signal extender. So I had to kind of change the network there, but apart from that, it was pretty straightforward. Is this what the app thinks an average server admin looks like? It does say it will take like 20 minutes to set up though. So while you wait for that, then I don't know, you can go watch some more of my videos. Welcome to UGREEN NAS. Okay, just like that, we are in, and this is where things get interesting. So it looks like pretty much everything is done via this app, which, you know, depending on your personal preference, whether you want to do it like a PC app or like a mobile app, whatever, it's down to you. But now we have an important choice to make. What kind of system we want here? I think I'm gonna go for RAID 5. Because even though I've never had a hard drive fail before, which, you know, just gonna knock on all the wood here, it does mean we are kind of protected. Plus, it does give some benefits to read speeds. Okay, so while it's doing that, we can have a look around the app. Here you have access to kind of all your files and your folders, which you can view from here. A control panel for, you know, other basic stuff, and also the App Center, which you can use to, you know, do a bunch of other things with your system depending on what you're going to be storing with it. For example, a special photos app, for example, to help, you know, sort your photos and everything. Speaking of, given how the year is 2025, do you need to have an AI feature for this to show off? And there is actually one relating to photos. That is being able to sort and find things on the NAS, depending on, you know, who is in it or what is in it. So you can just type in and then the AI will basically sort through all of the photos and whatnot and actually find the things you're looking for. The way you do it is pretty simple. Once you've installed the Photos app, you can also install all of these individual AI models. Once they're active, you can just start searching for stuff, and it's going to bring back the photos that match your parameters from the ones you've uploaded to your NAS. And if it's having any difficulties with any of that, it also gives the option to basically train your own model on objects or other things that you'll be using a lot in your own work. In terms of speeds, when moving files from my work drive on my PC over to the NAS, over the 2.5 gig networking we have right now, we're getting around 260 megabytes per second sustained. So when I get a proper 10 gig setup and even just a small write cache, which as I showed you we can add in, then the speeds are going to be much better. Now let's talk costs. Without drives, the DXP4800 Plus is going to cost you $595, which while it definitely isn't cheap, keep in mind you do get an Intel Gold 8505 in it. It's an Alder Lake-based chip with 1 performance and 4 efficiency cores for a total of 6 threads, which is pretty much the best CPU you can get at this price point. Now, if you are looking for something cheaper, then you have the basic 4800 that comes with an Intel N100 instead. And while we don't have both units here, so we can drag race them and see exactly which is better, but hey, UGREEN, maybe an idea for a future video. Regardless, people online have been saying that the performance improvements between the two chips have been huge, so that's something to look out for. And unlike the base 4800, this one's expandable up to 64 gigs of RAM rather than just 16. So would you get this unit yourself? Well, you let me know down in the comments below. If you want to get it yourself, then the links to it will be down in the video description below. You can get it on either Amazon or directly from them on the website, and it's constantly on sale up to 20% down there. You're also going to find our Patreon, because even a single $1 a month truly goes a long way. Plus, huge thanks to Gavin Burns, Justin Rage, Ronyak, Balaj Roka, Patrick Harrison, Noah Pseudonym, Meg Sumner, and Shane Allcroft. But anyway, that's what it's. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then remember to subscribe, like, whatever, and I'll see you all in whatever I make next. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.